please mute.
Yes, let me see who's not muting. Daryl's not muted. There we go. All right, I think we've got everybody muted. For those of y'all that were not able to attend the training at Waco, this year was different than last year. Last year was specifically for tournament umpires going to state, regional, or World Series. And this year they opened it up to anybody, and it basically focused on four-man mechanics. And I've got to tell you, that's one of the best trainings that I believe they've had in Waco, Texas. I promise you, it doesn't matter if you had never called four-man before or you thought you were very proficient at calling four-man. Everybody was able to come away with something, and more than one thing. So we spent most of our time out on the field, wouldn't you say, Larry? I'm going to say we probably spent 4/5 of our time out on the field working on drills and just going over and over some of the things that they're trying to emphasize. And it gave folks that had never worked four-man before an opportunity to get their feet wet, to try to jump into the four-man mechanic world. And I was just sitting there thinking the entire weekend, man, would this training had been great 15 or 20 years ago. I don't know about some of you guys. I learned four-man by the seat of my pants. They kind of threw me out there and said, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're supposed to do. And I just had to learn it by the seat of my pants. So I thought it was a really good training. I'm going to go back to the slides that I created, and we're not going to go through all of them, but I've updated some of those. So if you've got the umpire manual printed out, I want you to get that out. We're going to start on page 119. If you don't have it printed out, grab you something to take notes with. And let me share my screen. Get the presentation up. Can y'all see that now? Presentation? Okay. So, starting on page 119, these slide numbers are going to be different. For the 26th season, so there's some things that they really want us to focus on. Number one, taking a read step. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Number two, utilizing a cheat step. Number three, check swing mechanics. When to check immediately. Number four, 3-2 count communication. Let's talk about that just a minute. When we do four-man mechanics or even two-man mechanics, we have a set of signals that we signal to our partners. Anytime we have a 3-2 count, the plate umpire should give that count, and each base umpire should repeat that count. Make sure everybody sees that count. Why are we doing this? It's just like the rest of our signals. We pull that up to the front of our mind so it's fresh right there, just like an infield fly. But on a 3-2 count on the next pitch, something's going to happen. It may be something slow, it may be something fast, but something is going to happen. The batter may walk, we may have a hit by a pitch, we may have a hit. So something's going to happen with the 3-2 count. So they want each umpire on the field to repeat that 3-2 count signal. And it's pretty simple, just like you were behind the plate. Hold up 3 on the left hand and 2 on the right hand. Then they talked about double play footwork. When we talk about fundamentals, we've got 4 primary priorities that we're focused on. The first thing Our order of operations. The first thing we have to do is determine fair foul. The second thing is catch, no catch. And the third thing is anything and everything else. But those are the order of operations when we're out there on the field whenever we have a hit ball. Number two, proper use of eyes. In the past, lots of folks may have told you, hey, slow down. You're too fast on your calls. Slow down. You're too fast on your strike call. You're too fast on your ball call. Or at first base, hey, you're too quick on your call, making a safer out call. Well, we're not going to use that terminology anymore. We're going to talk about proper use of eyes. When we use and have proper use of eyes, and we go through the things that we need to see to determine whether it's a ball or a strike, or whether the runner is out or safe, by using proper use of eyes, that controls our timing for us. Number three, remain chest to ball, CTB. And number four, play positioning. Now, when not in rotation, we're responsible for all calls for our assigned base, and we will move to the top point of base to position for such plays. So if I'm at first and third, and I'm going to stay in foul territory, they want us at the top point of base, not the bottom point of base, the top point of base. When U2 is out, they can make the call from the point of base opposite the hit, remaining chest to ball. I'll show a diagram of that here in just a minute. When U2 is in, this may require and could require U2 to slip outside. Example, runners at second and third, we have a base hit to left field. F3 throws to home to catch R2 sliding home. After that ball comes into the infield, U2 can slip outside for any additional play at second base on the batter runner. If we stayed inside, we're either going to have our back to the runner or our back to the ball. But if we slipped outside, we're maintaining chest to ball, and we've got the runner coming at us. But wait until the ball comes into the infield before we slip back outside. Fly balls to the outfield. The appropriate umpire should be out. The book says on all fly balls. I put here on most fly balls, and I'll explain that here in a minute. So we should be out on most fly balls to the outfield, but we will have eyes on every fly ball in the outfield. Now what we have permission to do is, if it's just a can of corn, a routine fly ball, and we see that when we take the read step, we can put a hand up and give a stop sign to stop the rotation and still go ahead and turn and have eyes on the catch. So if it's going to be a catch above the waist, we can put that stop sign up, go ahead and turn our body, not gain any distance, but make that call from right there. But we have to have eyes on that ball in case there's a bobble, in case, they drop it. Now, describing the can of corn, a routine play. Think about what the rule book has to say about an infield fly. It's a catch that can be made with effort. If that fielder's not having to move much and he's just camped out and it's going to be an easy catch, that's what we're talking about. However, if that fielder is running forward, if that fielder is running back, if the ball is going to challenge the fence, or if the ball is going to challenge the line, or the fielder is moving to his left or right, we still want to go out on those balls. It's only that can of corn. But I know a lot of times it was just a simple fly ball. It was going to be an easy catch. The fielder didn't even have to move very much. Now we can put that stop sign up and save that rotation. The appropriate umpire will go out on any ball, as I said, that threatens the boundary fence, the fielder running away from us, that threatens the fair foul line, also results in converging fielders, or a catch below the waist, possible fielder diving left or right or coming in toward us. If two umpires initially go out, we're going to defer to the quarterback, and the other umpire will recover and come back in and rotate. Fly balls to the infield. Plate umpire will take all catch, no catch, fielded above the waist. Otherwise, we're going to use the open glove theory. I had one yesterday. I'm U2, nobody on, and we had a fly ball that's going to come down right about second base. I wanted to move to my left, I wanted to move to my right, but both the second baseman and the shortstop are coming in to make the play. I don't know who's going to make the catch. If it was going to be the shortstop, I wanted to step left so I would have a better view of the glove. If it was the second baseman, I wanted to step right so I'd have a better view at the glove. But they're both coming in. We're having converging fielders, and it was happening right in front of me. Luckily, they made the catch. We talk about a read step. With the ball in the air, take a read step to read the fielders and your partners. If I'm the third base umpire, what that means is I'm going to take a step back with my left foot and be parallel with the foul line in foul territory. And I'm going to read the fielder, and I'm going to read my partners. If nobody's zone and U2 is the quarterback, I'm going to read U2. If he's going out, I'm staying. I'm just going to the top point of the bag then. If he doesn't go out and it's in my area of responsibility, then I'm going to go out. Or if it's just that can of corn, I can go ahead and pull my right foot up, have my chest toward that fielder, put my hand back for the stop sign to stop that rotation. But we need to take that read step first. Respond. We should have the appropriate umpire out for catch, no catch on every fly ball in the outfield. Commit aggressively to your area of responsibility. If we're going out, leave no doubt that we're out. Run parallel to the fielder attempting to make the catch. Don't run straight toward the fielder. We need to have our angle in case they trap the ball. Get as far as the play allows and get set before the fielder attempts to make the catch, and be set when we make the call. Timing and proper use of eyes to confirm firm and secure possession and voluntary and intentional release before making our call. Go out and stay out. The only time, if we go out, that we can come back in and assist in the play is for a rundown. If we're going to do that, we need to let our partners know we're there, and we need to wait for the play to go the other way before we call ourselves into the rundown. If I'm U3 and I go out and we end up with a rundown between third and home, and U2 has moved over and he is covering the backside of that rundown, there's no need for me to come in and call myself into that rundown. But yes, there is a need for me to stay there and keep eyes on the ball and eyes on the rest of the field in case something else happens. All right, we talked about neutral positions between innings.
Stephen, can I jump in for a second?
Absolutely.
Hopefully everybody got a chance to watch the office hours that Stu did this most recent Friday, you should have received an email with the link. He took a good amount of time talking about the fly ball coverage that Stephen just went over so well. The one thing he added that was new to me is we have official permission on those, whether you call them tweeners, bloopers, those things that are short in the outfield. It's not just, hey, it's right at second base, you make that decision. If you're, the classic example is if you are U1 and it's right over U1's head or just to the side and they're diving trying to get it, we end up with a not, you turn and go out. You've gotten what, all of 2 steps, and now we have a 9-3 put out attempt. Don't do it. You have really put U2 in a bind. If he's on the outside, don't do it. You have the authority to stop the rotation. Okay, thanks.
Excellent, excellent. And that's a great point, Larry, talking about U1. I've been kind of focused on U3. And that's an excellent point, especially with nobody on, because that's a lot of distance to cover for U2 to try to get over there. All right, neutral starting positions between innings. In our first call, I misspoke, and I think I corrected that. The plate umpire needs to be on the defensive side of the ball. Better opportunity for them to keep eyes on the offensive dugout. Starting position with nobody on. U2 can be on either side. Personally, I prefer the opposite side of the batter, but it really doesn't matter. It's your preference. Starting position with runners on base except third only. U2 will be in B position. Only. And always. Now they want our heels. If it's a proper field, they want our heels at the edge of the grass, and they want us squared up parallel to the third baseline. I know on some intermediate fields, those are played on major fields, and so the grass is going to be cut further in. Just put yourself in a direct line between first and second, and just take a little short step forward, and you're there. Traditionally, they say line up the back point of the plate with the edge of the circle. Honestly, if you're a step or a step and a half closer to second base, that is fine. You need to be close enough to second that if we have a steal at second base, you can turn and only have 1 to 2 steps to be right there in that window for the backside of the wedge to catch that steal at second. If you're too far toward first base and you have to take more than a couple of steps, then you're not playing close enough to second base. Now, we need to make this correction in the book. I'll tell you what page that is on.
129.
129. 129 still had U2 out. And runners at third only with less than 2 outs. U2 needs to be in the dirt in the shortstop's hip pocket. The only time you would be in the grass is if the shortstop is playing toward the edge of the dirt. All right, moving on. Here's when I said we'd talk about a diagram of U2 taking place from the outside. This is a hit to the infield. So we're going to have a play at first. If there's a possible overthrow, that runner may be coming to second. You two, stay outside. That way, if the runner's coming and if there's an overthrow, the throw is going to be coming from the same direction. So stay outside so you can take that play coming at you, the ball and the runner. Here's another example. Clean base hit to the outfield, to right field. We need to come to the third base side, point of base, staying outside. That runner's coming in to second, the throw's coming at you. You're in the perfect position for the wedge, and use the tracking by Will Little to get on the track and make that play with everything coming at you. Here's an example with a runner at second and third, the base hit to the outfield. F7 throws it home to try to catch R2 at the plate. Now you can slip back outside after that ball comes into the infield, slip back outside in case there's a play on the batter runner coming into second base, because the throw would be coming from home, or the throw could be coming from third.
So basically, they just want us doing all our work from the outside. Decide the throwdown if we're in B.
Yes.
If we're U2, other than the
Yes.
throwdown, they want us outside in the dirt.
Yes. Be in a better position to have the throw coming at you, keeping chest to ball.
Okay.
All right. We talked about this. Runners at first and second. U1 goes out. Now on page 149. The book says runners at first and second with less than 2 outs. So we've got an infield fly situation. And the ball is caught. We're going to have a rotation. Well, I don't know about you guys, but on a 90-foot field, if R2's tagging up and the ball's hit to left field and U3 goes out for that catch, if I'm the plate umpire and I'm waiting until that ball is caught, it's a foot race to third base between me and R2. And I'm going to lose that every single time. So, line out, ball is caught, and right in if R2 is tagging up. That's a quick look. If R2 tagging and U3 goes out, then we're going to book it to third. Any questions on that? Likewise, on page 150, it says ball is not caught. So line through that and put R2 is not tagging up. If R2 is not tagging up, plate guy's going to stay home. U2 is going to now have to book it over to third. U1 will come in and pivot and take R1 and or the batter runner into second base. So R1 or U1 needs to be reading the plate guy here. If the plate guy goes to third, U1's going to have to quickly make a decision. Do I need to go home or do I need to come in and pivot? Any questions on that? All right. Here's kind of some rules of thumb. I went through the book to try to simplify this a little bit for some guys that are just starting to work four-man, but I thought I would share these with you. For U1, Anytime we have runners in scoring position and U3 goes out, U1 will come in and pivot, taking the batter runner to second or the batter runner back into first, except there's one exception. We just talked about it. Runners at first and second, less than 2 outs, R2's tagging up, and the plate umpire rotates to third, then we're going to have to rotate home. If the plate umpire does not rotate, then we come in and pivot as U1. U2, with any runners on base, we're going to drift to the working area between first and second when U1 goes out. With runners in scoring position, we will reverse rotate to third when U3 goes out. Except, back to our exception, runners at first and second, less than 2 out, R2's tagging up, and the plate comes to cover third, rotates up to cover third. U3 is only going to crash into second base with no runners on and U2 going out. With a runner at third only, U3 stays at third if U2 goes out, because U1 will come in and pivot with the batter runner and goes to second with the batter runner. Now here's the last thing they gave us at Waco. And this is pretty neat, guys. U3 needs to take force plays at third base from inside the foul line. If we're at our proper 10 to 12 feet behind the bag, all we have to do is take 1 to 2 steps inside where we can see the ball hitting the glove, just like if we were over on first base, but opposite. So instead of swinging around in foul territory to have the runner in throw coming at us, for a force play at third, we're going to step inside 1 to 2 steps, just like over at first base, where we can see the ball coming into the glove. And just a reminder, U1 over at first base. For plays on the infield, there's going to be a play at first. 1 to 2 steps inside the foul line is far enough. That's as far as they want us coming inside now. That puts you in the perfect position to see a pulled foot. It puts you in the perfect position to clearly see which base the runner touches. They don't want us coming in further than that, like a lot of us old dogs were taught years ago. So 1 to 2 steps is far enough. Any questions, guys?
When you send, this isn't about the rotations or anything, I put it in the chat, but when you send the recording of this, would you be able to send these slides with it?
I can.
I just want to work on putting together a little cheat for my pregame.
Yes. I can, with one caveat. The screenshots of the positions like this came straight out of the umpire's manual.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
The first few slides came straight out of the umpire's manual and training from Waco. The last two came from me, but what you need to understand is this is not an official Little League publication. It does not need to be sold as a official Little League publication or billed as an official Little League publication. So with that caveat, yes, I'll be glad to do that. I'll include that with in the email with the link to the recording. Larry, do you have anything else?
I do not. The only other plug I'll give, I could not agree with Stephen more. The quality of instruction has improved tremendously in Waco, and it's only going up from here. This is going to be the norm. Yeah, we had 51 people, and that was even with some no-shows. And that is bigger than all but one of the other regions for this same clinic. That gets us more attention and more instructors. So this is just going to get better and better. Thank you.
I know a lot of y'all had various things and reasons why you couldn't be there, and so I'm not trying to make you feel bad for that, but what I am trying to do is encourage you for future years. I agree with Larry. The way this training was conducted is the best that they have ever done at Waco. And I'm like Larry, I don't see it doing anything but getting better from here. Because the people that were there from the National Instruction Team, they take great pride in getting feedback from the participants on how to make the training better. It's not just, I'm going to stand up there and preach to you for 8 hours. May or may not have been how some of the trainings used to be conducted 10 years ago in Waco. But it was a very, very good training. So you need to try to make plans to be there next year for it. Well, guys, if y'all don't have anything else, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I wanted to get this information out to you, these changes that they went across in Waco, so you can start utilizing these things in your district tournaments. If you're able to run 4-man, you can start utilizing them in sectionals. If you're fortunate enough to be able to call some sectionals and or the state tournament to help us get ready for the regional tournament in Seguin. So if no one has anything else, I'm going to let you go. I'll get this recording out to you, and I will attach a PDF file that'll make it easier for you to print. It'll just be a black and white PDF file, but it'll give you something that you can put along with your book and use going forward.
I have a quick question. We spoke in one of the earlier meetings that doesn't have anything to do with any of this, but about some of the guys that might want to bring their own 4-stitch hats for plate.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to run this by and see if this would be appropriate as a 4-stitch.
We've already got an answer for that. If you want to use a 4-stitch, you had the option of sending a new 4-stitch to Martin and covering the cost to have the logo put on there. Stu wants the logo, the regional logo, on every cap on the field.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
And there's still time. I will tell y'all, all the shirts have all of y'all shirts have come in. In my humble opinion, they look pretty badass. And the hats are with the embroidery lady. If you got a hat, a 4-stitch that you want us to put a logo on, you get that hat to me as soon as possible, and I'll get it over to her, and we should be able to get the logo put on it for you.
Hey, Martin, while we're here, if you'll just go ahead, save them some time, and just give them your address.
I'm going to throw it in the chat.
Throw it in the chat. That'd be great. And Adam, it's also in a prior email. There it is. Martin Poor, 138 Hillcrest, Lavernia, Texas, 78121. Lavernia is 2 words.
You can use 1 or 2 words. It'll still get here.
Okay.
The 78121 is the key part, especially if you want to get here on time.
Anybody have anything else? All right, guys, thanks for your time. We will have one final Teams call. Did this work out okay on Teams for everyone?
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
start using Teams because I already paid
Yes,
for
sir.
a Microsoft 365 subscription, and there's no need for me to do a Zoom subscription in case our meeting goes longer than the 40 minutes. All right. Thank you for your time, guys. Good luck in district. Stay safe. Stay cool. We'll see you in a few days.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.